Hey everyone, and welcome back to the club. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw max drift from Fortnite. Let's get started in the center of our page with the eyes. So I'm going to move over to the left side. From the top corner of the eye, I'm going to curve down and across. Now we're going to pull this down towards the inside of the eye. Curving it down and then in. Let's do the same thing on the right. We're going to line up the top corner of the eye, curve down and in, come across, and we're just going to pull that down. Now we're going to go back to the outside. We're going to curve down and then across towards the inside of the eye. Starting on the left, we're going to come down and we'll just pull that in. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to thicken up the outside of the eye. Start from the top corner, we're going to step up. We're just going to follow the eye, coming in with an even spaced gap all the way down. Now we're just going to pull that down a little bit further on the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now let's go back to the top. We're going to curve the bottom part of the eye. Now as we come in towards the inside, we're just going to hook that down. Do the same thing on the right side. Let's fill the outside part of the eye in black. Now from the inside corner of the eye, I'm just going to extend this line coming down, the short line on both sides. Now I'm going to curve up and across, just underneath the eye. Going up and then out. Now I'm going to pull this out and in beside the side of the eye. Going out, and we'll hook that back up. Now in between these 2 points, I'm going to step down, start with a point. Now an angle up and out towards the left, and then up and out towards the right. Now below the nose, I'm going to draw a straight line going across. And we're going to come down with a short line on either side. Let's thicken up the bottom edge of the mouth. So we're going to step down, draw that same line, and then we'll fill that in black. Now we're going to move to the outside and draw on the side of the cheek. Start from that same point, and curve out, and then just pull that in. Same thing on the right side. Now we're going to curve in, down, and then back in towards the corner of the mouth. Starting in here, we're going to curve in, down. Now we're going to pull that back in and across towards the bottom corner of the mouth. We'll do the same thing on the right. Curving up, and then going across. Now let's draw on the lower part of the jaw. From this point in the cheek, we're going to step in to create an overlap. Curve down and in towards the center. I'm going to round out the chin and work my way back up towards the right side. Now from that same point, I'm going to curve the top of the head. So let's start on the left side. We're going to go around the eye, up towards the middle. We're going to make our way back over towards the right. Round out the top of the head, come down, and we'll just pull that in. Let's add some detail to the mask. So in between the eyes, we're going to start right here with a point. We're going to angle up and out with a straight line toward the left. Go back to the center and go up and out towards the right. Now we're just going to pull this in with a short line. Now we're going to go back out with a short line. We're going to continue this towards the top of the head. Go back in. We're going to go back out. Now we're going to come back up towards the top of the head with a straight angled line. Now we're going to add a diamond shape to these two areas here. Let's start with the bottom. In between these 2 points, I'm going to start with a dot, angle up and out toward the left and right with a short line. Now we're going to come back up and in towards the center. Let's take that and duplicate that along the top. Start with that point, go up and out on both sides, and then in towards the center. Let's add the 2 markings above the eye. So on the left side, we're going to step up, start with a point. From this point, I'm going to draw a straight line going up. Now from the bottom line, we're going to angle up and out towards the left. Now from here, we're going to go up towards the center point, angling up and out, and then connect these 2 points. Now let's take that and flip it over on the right. Lining up the bottom point, start with that straight line going up. Now from the bottom, we're just going to angle slightly up towards the right. Now we're going to go up towards a top point. Let's add that curve along the side of the head. Starting just above the left eye, we're going to go around and then back in. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with another curve. We're going to go out a little bit further and then back in. Let's take that and flip it over on the right. Line this up, curve it around that point, then in, go back to the top, curve out a little bit further, and then down. Now we're going to move up to the top and draw in the ears. So on the left side, I'm going to start with a curve going out and then up. Now we're going to round this out and come back out towards the outside tip of the ear. Do the same thing on the right. Lining this up, we're going to start by curving out towards the right, go up. Now we're going to hook this out towards the tip of the ear. Now from here, we're going to curve in, out, and then back towards the side of the head. Start on the left, we're going to curve it down and in, go back out, round out the ear, and pull that in towards the side of the head. Now I'm just going to trace the ear out on the inside. Starting from the bottom, we're going to step up. We're just going to follow that same curve, going all the way to the top, and then just follow that curve on the inside towards the top of the head. Now that we've drawn the face, let's draw the hood in behind the head. In between the ears, starting on the left side, we're going to curve up in the middle, then back down on the right. Now at the bottom of the ear, we're going to curve the bottom of the hood. Starting from the corner, curve around. Now we're just going to pull this in towards the center. Now as you come in towards the middle, we're just going to hook that down in the middle. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the bottom corner of the ear, curve around the face, and pull that in. Now at the bottom, we're just going to hook that down in the center. Now from that center point, I want to curve up and out toward the left and right, to the inside edge of the hood. Now in this space here, I'm going to draw a short curve coming down the middle. Now we're going to draw the inside edge of the coat. Just underneath the hood, on the left side, we're going to draw a straight line coming down. Do the same thing on the right side. Now from the bottom of the line, we're going to step up, draw a short curve going across. Now in the middle, we're going to step up, start with a point. We're going to draw an upside down V, coming down at an angle on both sides. I'm going to follow that same curve, going up toward the left and then the right. Now we step up again, drawing the bottom edge of the shirt, going across. Now from the bottom point of the hood, we're going to draw a straight line coming down towards this curve. Now on the left side, at the bottom of this line, we're going to curve out and down towards the left, and then the right. Now we're going to come up towards the side of the body. Starting here, we're going to come up and in. We're going to stop right about there. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to add the trim along the inside of the coat. We're going to step up, start on the outside, we're going to curve this up, and then in, leaving a small gap on the inside. We're going to follow this straight line, going up to right about there. Let's do the same thing on the right. Lining this up, curve it down and out towards the right, and then come up with a straight line. Now we're going to flare the collar out towards the side. From this point, I just want to come up towards the head, and then out towards the left. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now from here, we're going to curve this up and in behind the head. Now we're going to add the inside edge of the trim. From this point, we're going to step in, curve up, in behind the hood. Now you can see a little bit of at the top corner here, going out, and then curve this up and in. Do the same thing on the right, curving up, in behind the hood. Now at the top, I'm just going to see a little bit of that corner, going out, and then in. Let's add the pocket. About halfway along this curve, we're going to start with a straight line coming down, leaving a gap along the bottom, curve down and out towards the left, the same thing on the right. Now I'm just going to split this in half, curving across and in. Let's continue working down with the legs. So in the center, I'm going to step down, draw a curve from left to right, going up and then down. On the left side, we're going to step in, draw a curve coming down and out towards the left heel, and then the right heel. Now we're going to round out the bottom of the feet. From the heel, we're going to curve down, and then back up towards the left, and then the right. Now we're going to round out the top of the foot. Starting on the left, we're going to curve up, and we're going to pull this down, aiming towards the heel. We'll stop right about there. Now let's thicken up the sole. Starting on the left, we're going to step up and follow that same curve coming up towards the heel. From the top of the foot, I'm going to curve the side of the leg, going out and then up underneath the coat. Now we want to show that the coat goes in behind the legs towards the center. Starting on the left, curve down and in behind the leg. Do the same thing on the right. Now these are going to come down and meet in the center. So we'll start with a point, angle up towards the left, and then the right. Now let's add the edge of the shoe. From the top of the foot, we're going to step over, angle up and in, and we're going to go straight across towards the inside of the leg. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to tuck the tongue of the shoe in behind this line. From the top, we'll step down, angle up and out on both sides. Now we'll go straight across towards the outside of the leg. Now I just want to trace this line out on the inside, going up and across. And then we're going to add one strap along the top of the foot. Starting from the top, we'll curve in and then down. Draw a short angled line going out, and we'll follow that same curve going up towards the top of the foot. Now let's move back up and draw on the arms. We're going to start with the large sleeves. So just above this line, we're going to step up, curve out, and then up. Now I'm going to curve the sleeve up and in behind the collar. Starting on the left, we'll come in, and then round this out. Let's add some trim along the arms. Starting from here, we're going to step up, follow that same curve coming in towards the body. Now we're going to add a stripe. Stepping up, draw that same curve, and then draw that same thing just up above it. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to add that stripe in the coat. From the top of this line, I'm going to curve up and over towards the corner of the collar, going up and out. Now we're just going to thicken this up. Stepping in, follow that same curve, coming down and in. Now I'm going to curve down to right about there. Now we draw a straight angle line going out towards the side of the body. Now we're going to tuck the arms in behind the sleeve. So from the corner of the sleeve, we're going to step out, curve out, and then down towards the wrist on both sides. Now let's start with the thumb. With a small half circle. And we're going to connect these 2 points with a curve. Let's do the same thing on the right. Start with a half circle, and going up towards the wrist. Let's go back to the left side and add the fingers. At the bottom of the thumb, come down, and then up. We'll step down, curve down and up the second finger. Now on the side of this finger, we're going to curve out and up in behind the sleeve. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to separate out the fingers of the glove. Starting on the outside, we're going to curve down and up towards that line. The second finger. Now we're going to go up and in towards the corner of the thumb. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now let's add that plate on the back of the hand. Starting on the outside, we're going to draw an angled line coming up above the knuckles. Step up, draw that twice. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with a straight line. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going up above the knuckles. Draw that second line. Now I'm going to connect these 2 points with an angled line. Now the last thing we're going to do is just separate out the glove. Starting just above the thumb, we're going to curve out and up. Do the same thing on the right side. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Max Drift from Fortnite. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and share your art with me for a chance to be featured in our daily spotlight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.